Welcome to Words of Wisdom. How are you? I hope you are well. It's a very different day today. Energy is a little bit flat, I want to say. It's a bit, I feel like contemplative. I feel like things are making a change. I was listening to a podcast earlier on. And this lady was talking about the winter solstice and doing a ritual, and I thought that's absolutely fine. Think I will do that. And at the same time, I've been reading my Empress Rising book, which is very good. And so I'll share something with you I came across when I opened the book today, just to ask if there's anything that I need to share with you. And I just felt like, even in my reading this morning on TikTok, it was very much this sort of, almost like you're sort of a little bit in mud, walking along, trying to keep going and that type of thing. And I feel like this transformation is really heightening. It's really getting to a point now. And I still have this idea of this arrow being pulled back, ready for release. This morning's daily card, of course, with the inner temple, sorry, I just wanted to take a drink, was create some space. So I'll read that to us, and we'll start with that sort of concept today. And that's really what I was feeling very much about today. It's this idea of making changes. And I keep sort of, I value my past, but I also seem to be a little bit stuck with it. And I need to, especially in my journey and the thoughts of my journey, especially with this sort of whole idea of twin flame. And I had to give myself some real stern thoughts this morning and talking to, in terms of, why did I call it in? What was it? Why was it? It's in my soul contract. I get that. But why would I call something in that's been so difficult? No other word for it. It's not been easy, and there's reasons for it. And I absolutely accept that and understand that. This feather was just calling to me a little bit. So that was rather sweet. And I just felt like, can I change? Can I go back to the very beginning and change what I always was manifesting? And I guess you can make changes. I guess this new chapter, this new intention, there is going to be change, right? Because I'm in a different headspace. I'm a different person than I was all those years ago. And I guess we all make change because of how we grow, or how we develop, or how we think, or how we react. And so you're constantly in this idea of change, really. And every day you can change something. And I think it's very important to understand that it's not about waiting for the new year to be different. It's not about waiting for next week or the end of the month, or even it's about making a change now. And I think if we make a change immediately, externally, there's a reaction, isn't there? We know this. And so for me, I was thinking about that, and it's about really letting go, because I'm really I am ready for receiving the new, the difference. But you will only receive something when you are able to receive it. So if you're hanging on to things, or you're still in a bit of healing in some way, or whatever, all you'll get is the lessons or the triggers, or that will keep you in a state of changing, trying to encourage you to change. Does that make sense? So I feel like that's where I'm at today. I'm in this sort of contemplative mood of, I guess it served me for 3 years, helped me tremendously. And as with anything, you don't really want to let anything go. You want to, I mean, I honor it. I love it and what have you. And I lost one of my earrings, and it was like, my daughter bought me those earrings, and I'm sad I lost it. But when I looked up the spiritual meaning of losing an earring, it was very clear that it was about letting things go and having change. I always ask St. Anthony to help me find things, and he didn't help me find my earring this time, which is unusual. I normally find things, you know. And so I thought it had to be very significant because it was so meaningful to me. It wasn't just an any old earring. It was something my daughter bought me. And so I had to pay a little bit of attention to that and think about that. And I think the same with my twin flame journey. I think it's been so meaningful to me. It brought me so much that to let that go completely, even though I know I have done a lot of that, there's still that little bit of a situation that is still very much in my mind and in my soul, you know. So I think it's about creating some space right now for that reflection, for that understanding, for that, you know, the beautiful colors of pink and blue. I just love it. It's just, it's got such a beautiful, it almost looks like a sweet treat, doesn't it? It's like such a beautiful, colorful meaning. And blue is so calming, and it's also about energy, emotion. So that is what creates space is all about, I think. And I think we've got to honor when we're feeling in those motions. Tomorrow I'll feel differently. Maybe in an hour I'll feel differently after I've had my time with you guys. But I think it's important to recognize that staying in the same routine and stuck in the same thought process or staying is not going to help you grow. And I think at some point, when you recognize it, it's no point in just saying, oh, well, I'm here now. That's it. There's nothing more for me, because there always is a choice. And that's really what I'm sort of feeling right now, the choice, you know. Anyway, I wanted to sort of say to you, I've been reading this beautiful book, Empress Rising, and it's very, very beautiful. I haven't got far, but I've read a few things. And it's really about embodying this Empress energy, which is very much what I've been doing. And I could tick. You can see I've tick all the way along. And I've really, you know, studied what she's talking about. And I absolutely resonate with everything. So I know I've done a really good job at getting myself into my power, my Empress power. And even though those triggers happen or those moments happen, I'm really recognizing them, transmuting them, changing it. You know, the shadow work is being done. I'm where I'm needing to be right now. And then I asked today I just went through and I said, can I just have some detail maybe to share with you guys? And it was very funny because it came up to page 133, and 3 has obviously been a very powerful number even today for me. New moon ritual for setting intentions. So I'll read this to you, and you might like to do this when it comes to our beautiful new moon this weekend. I think that's why I'm feeling like I am today as well, because of course there's new moon energy. Now, new moons don't normally affect me too much, but I do know that this being the last new moon of the year, there's probably something here that needs to be readied. And I've been talking a little bit about this idea of, you know, being grounded, and nature at the moment is working very much in the shadows and the darkness. Underground, things are growing. Seeds are start to grow and emerge. You can't see all of that just yet because it's this darkness of winter. And winter solstice is all about honoring the 13 moons and the 13 months of the year, which is what has always been the case, not 12. But what I'm saying is it's just a beautiful way of thinking of even us. I often feel very sort of hibernating in winter. A lot of us kind of feel like that. And it's good to do. So, you know, create some space for you to be able to grow. Create some space for you to be able to plant your seeds for your new intentions, for your new thoughts. Not for next year. Yes, it's going to take place. But for now, for this present moment, how you're thinking, that's what you're planting your seeds. So here is your new moon ritual for setting intentions. The new moon is a great time to plant seeds for reinvention or new beginnings. And this is a simple ritual that you can perform each month. It is a way to set your intentions or wishes on what you would like to manifest. Trust that the universe will provide what is for your greatest and highest good. You can do a full ceremony or keep it simple. Find what resonates with you. So setting your sacred space, gather a few simple elements to enhance this ritual. A candle, white or any color that feels right for you. Your Empress, journal and a pen, crystals or other objects that you would like to place on your altar. Go to your throne or sacred space where you can be undisturbed. Number 1, begin by clearing the energy in your chosen space. You can open a window or just set the intention that you're clearing the space. Create an altar with your objects, placing them in any way that seems appropriate. You can invite in other objects that resonate with you. So, for example, I talk about my magic table here. Well, I have got so many magical things on my magical table. I love it. I've got things that really mean something to me. They've come to me for a reason. Every single one of these little objects have got a feeling. And I've put my little Christmas decorations on here. And this is, as I call it, my magic table. I do feel this is my sacred space. Light your candle, sit comfortably and take 3 deep breaths. Place your hands on your heart and say, I enter this sacred moment as the Empress of my life. I am wise, I am experienced, I am powerful, I am ready to discover what truly ignites my spirit. Lulu, you can come up. If you already have a new direction, and come on. If you already have a new direction in mind, you can focus on it while repeating a modified version. I enter the sacred moment as the Empress of my life. I am wise, I am experienced, I am powerful, I am ready to embark on this new journey. In your journal, write down what you wish to manifest under the energies of the new moon. You can begin each sentence with, I wish to, or I want. List as many as you'd like. And then once you are done, close the journal and say, I now release this to the energy of the new moon. I trust in the guidance of the universe and all there is for my greatest and highest good. And extinguish the candle. So, that I wanted to share with you as your new moon ritual. If you'd like to use it, I'm going to certainly use it. And I'll share with you how it goes, you know. Share with me if you'd like. Share with all of us. Share with the network. Share with people that are watching this alongside you. And there's a reason for that. We are all connected in some beautiful way. Beautiful way. Right, so create some space. Many mystical texts suggest that grace fills the spaces we're courageous enough to leave empty. How are you being called to make space in your life? How can you create more room to breathe? How can you allow more space in your life? What would happen if you resisted the need to busy yourself or to be certain and instead, just for a moment, stopped? This card is encouraging you to take it easy and rest in the unknown mystery that's waiting for you, to be silently pulled towards your becoming. Life is a co-creative journey, but in order for that creation to happen, we must enter into a collaborative relationship with the mystery of life itself. Maybe you've been in overdrive for a while. Maybe you prefer it when you're in control. Or perhaps you've just been doing the same thing for some time and feeling a little bored. How can you create more space in your life to both dream into the future and let life surprise you? What if by creating some space you were to find an unexpected blessing or the future fulfillment of a dream waiting for you there? All of life begins in the metaphoric and actual fertile void of the womb. When something ends, whether it be a relationship, a job, a TV show, or a conversation with a friend, many feel the need to fill the space with something else. But if we find a way to honor endings, to gather the courage to be in between what was and what will be, something incredible and new can be born. And that's how I feel right now. I feel like I'm in between what was and what will be, because I had to honor the endings and gather the courage to be in this in between. And it would have been much easier to keep repeating a cycle, but it didn't need to happen that way. And even though I guess in some ways I'm sort of a little bit melancholy at times and thinking back to certain points and wishing things were different. They're not different, are they? They're here. This is what I have now in front of me. And I love what I do and I love my life and I'm very blessed. So I have to remember that. And that is what I feel like I've been doing this morning, today, this creating space, but also within my heart, creating space, because often things do sit in our heart space where it can feel sad and it can feel a little bit, lonely. So you need to clear that heart space as well. And I think that's quite an important one. So how are you being called to create more space in your life? All right, let us ask then, as we're going forward, our guidance for today, please. Anything else from the inner temple as we are creating space? We're at this transformation stage. Please, what guidance have you got? The Chamber of Power has come out. What a beautiful card. Wow. Look at this rainbow down here. Look at this. What a beautiful card. That is almost like everything's going through this chakra. The Chamber of Power. I feel like I want to set it up right like this. We've got the Chamber of Innocence again, the Ceremony of Life again, and the Tall Poppy. That's a new one. Look at this. Look at this beautiful flower with this light that's coming out from a sea of beautiful poppies. Okay, so we shall read what this is all about. Our Chamber of Power. Chamber of Innocence, your inner child. Remember, we talk about that healing is very powerful, our inner child guidance. Also, we've got here the Chamber of Life. Okay, honoring who we are and honoring our life and being grateful for where we are and how far we've come. And then we have got this beautiful Tall Poppy cards. So we will certainly have a little look at these now. Okay, so the Chamber of Power. The Chamber of Power is an invitation to cultivate your inner strength, confidence, and trust in yourself. To believe that you have a right to be here, to occupy your life, to invite your sacred soul to come all the way in. Yes, you're here for a reason, and your body is your sacred vehicle. Choose to occupy and cultivate your sacred power. And that's why I feel like I'm reading this Empress Rising book, because I feel like this is where I'm at. You were born with it and it's yours to own. So within you, you have everything you need to do whatever you're called to do. You hold the keys to your inner power. There's nothing you need to be other than who you already are. So often we learn to dim our light or water down our power in order to accommodate others or to fit in. But you didn't come here to fit in. No person did. So no matter what body is yours or what gifts you possess, no person is more worthy of power than you. And you're no more worthy of power than any other. Power isn't a finite resource. We can stand tall together. And isn't that funny how that Tall Poppy has come out as well? That is very interesting. This is a beautiful guidance today. Far too long we've learned to turn against each other, to compete, shrink, or conquer others. We put others on a pedestal or we attempt to stand higher than them in order to own our strength and inner gifts. You hold the keys to your inner power, and you can open that door deep within you right now. If you were feeling empowered, what would you say or do? Okay, the Chamber of Innocence. What do you need to let go and make amends? But don't forget you're human, and as human you're here to learn and grow. You're a precious child of the earth. No matter your age, there's nothing wrong with you. There never was. Be gentle with yourself and in turn be gentle with others. This card comes with a message of tenderness, gentleness, or self-forgiveness. Don't be hard on yourself. Treat yourself like the innocent one that you are. It's impossible to get it right all the time. Don't you remember that you came here to grow? That's so lovely. That in between, making space, looking, like I said, sometimes I wish things could be different, but why would I want that? Because actually, because of those things, I'm here. And I love being here. So it's interesting, isn't it? You're an ever-changing work in progress. Grow and learn, but do it softly. When we know better, we can choose to do something new. This is what it means to be human. What does the innocent child within you want you to know? Lay down your sword and there's nothing left to prove. The ceremony of life. Where am I? The ceremony of life. I've got the wrong area. Would it be here? Yes. This is a card of devotion, of weaving the sacred all the way in and all through your life. It's a card of sacred ceremony and integration. You're being asked, how can you make your life a ceremony? If you were to live in prayer, what would change? What if you saw it all as a sacred celebration? The invitation of this card is to design your life in a way that feels sacred, to dare to embrace all aspects of your life and let spirit be with you in every moment. So many people on a spiritual path lead lives that are compartmentalized. They go and do their spiritual practice, then they go about their everyday lives. But what if you made your whole life a celebration of the sacred? Another invitation of this card is to let your life be an expression of your passion. What do you love doing that you can embrace even more? If you really woke up to the gift of this life, how would you spend your days? How would you love? Who would you embrace? What will you do while you're here? In a temple activation, I choose to embrace my life and live fully while I have the privilege of being here. And that's what I said to you. It's got to be the now, hasn't it? Not next week, not next year. That's so lovely. Thank you for confirming all of this, Spirit. That's beautiful. Now I'm intrigued for the tall poppy. The tall poppy. The tale of the tall poppy says that the poppy that rises highest in the field will be cut down. This card appears when someone is called to be visible in the world and soar to greater heights than before. Yet, they may feel daunted by the size of the call and feel negative reactions, criticism and envy from people around them. Shame is a tool used by the patriarchy to keep us captive. So refuse to feel ashamed, refuse to take up less space. And we've got to create some space. Refuse to be bound or dimmed. There we are. If you live in a way that attempts to appease everyone, your medicine will be wasted. Your presence, being a vital note in the great orchestra of life, reach high and rise like the tallest poppy in the field, for this is your destiny. If fear or shame or confusion or grief come, do whatever you need to do to move this through your body. Dance, sing, shake, scream, walk, run, talk to a trusted one. Don't let any part of your soul leave. Your light is needed here. In a temple activation, I refuse to take up less space or dim my light in accordance with others' opinions. I allow the potency of my truth and my light to occupy each and every cell and take up the entire room unapologetically. Right then, so very special, very, very special. You are the tall poppy right now. Trust and believe it. This is what we're talking about. All right, we're going to look at some energy cards for this beautiful energy. I'm really, and I keep saying it's beautiful energy, and it's shifted a little bit now that I've read this, now that I've got some guidance. This energy has shifted a little bit. I'm feeling a lot more positive. I'm feeling a lot lighter. And so let's see what this energy will give us as guidance. On top of the Chamber of Innocence, we have a card, our energy. What is our guidance, please, for today? Okay, thank you. All right, and you as well. Envy in reverse. So the tall poppy, you don't have to worry. Don't let anyone, there's no envy. People are seeing you for who you are. Appreciation, beautiful card to have. You know, absolutely good appreciation for who you are, appreciation for your life, appreciation for everything that you have. You know, it links very much to gratitude appreciation, doesn't it? And having appreciation for your guidance, for your signs, synchronicities, for your time to create space in your life, you know, to really value your ceremony of your life at the moment, having that appreciation. We also have the 7th chakra archangel Uriel. And it's very beautiful, the 7th chakra, high up, this angel chakra, this amount of knowledge and wisdom and energy that can come through. She's wearing this beautiful crown, opening up to all of that coming through. And we have indecision, which is in reverse as well. So envy and indecision in reverse. That is beautiful because it came out on top of the chamber of innocence. So your inner child now, you know, you're listening to your higher self. It doesn't matter which way you go. Just make a choice of going. Just do it. Because whatever is meant for you will find you. Your path, if you're redirected, you'll be redirected. Think of a sat nav. It'll reroute you. You'll go back to where you need to be. Always, 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 always. Let me just give you 41. There could be a little bit of a block in intuition because Archangel Uriel did come out in reverse. But really it's about calling upon Uriel's passion and power to help bring this connection into being. You know, just allow it, creating the space right now in your life to allow spirit to guide you, allow the energy to work through you, transmuting it. Let it transform your life. Let it take you. Just celebrate yourself. Know that you are the tallest poppy, that you deserve all of this right now. All right, we got our beautiful Oracle Wisdom of Oracle of Wisdom. What is it? Wisdom of the Oracle. That is going to come up, give us some guidance as well. Beautiful appreciation. No more indecision. Just make the choice. I'm being told, I'm hearing. Just make the choice and allow for spirit to guide you, to come through. Chamber of power. Remember this. Look at all this energy that is being transmuted through you, coming down. You know, honor it. Allow it. Go with it. Oof, this energy is coming. It's beautiful. It is really changing how I'm feeling right now. I don't know if you can see, but I'm really feeling very much deep here. Very much this energy. Beautiful. Okay, so Oracle. That's it. Is it just the 2? I think so. One more. One more. There we go. Right, let's have a look what we got. Happy. For I fell out both of these cards straight on top of Chamber of Power. And again, look at the rainbows. Look at this. Happy. It's a lovely time for you right now. It might feel daunting. It might feel unclear. It might feel a bit dark. But it is. But it's fine. You know, the darkness shouldn't be something to fear because out of the darkness always comes light. You know, remember that and use it for yourself. Breathe. Absolutely. I just love these cards today. It's really giving us, you know, the sacred, create some space, spend some time, breathe, allow, let this energy come in. Keep breathing, opening up. Allowing this energy, happy. Beautiful cards, beautiful cards. Number 26. Joy and contentment, a sense of fulfillment. Your desires are effortlessly fulfilled now. Find joy in the present moment. Whatever is happening, be satisfied with things as they are. Exactly what I was saying. You're free from the shackles of longing and able to experience the liberation that comes from actually being happy moment to moment. For you have chosen happiness over yearning for it. That is so true. goodness me, I've chosen love over yearning for love. I've chosen happiness over yearning to be happy. I made the decisions. Now is the time for feeling joy for the sake of joy and experience contentment. None of this is because of something outside of yourself. Your happiness is a result of your being at one with Spirit's plan in your life. All is well. The tide is in for now. Enjoy playfully splashing in it. That is so lovely. And 29 is breathe. Patience, waiting, wellness, meditation, trust. So just trust right now. Allow Spirit to... Right. So now let us ask our fortune cards, our tea leaf fortune cards, for some guidance, please, if you don't mind. To confirm what we have. We've got something that we are working on. We can do it ourselves. We're very happy. Allow for this decision. Just allow for this energy. There's no longer any indecision that is necessary. There's no envy. We're the tallest poppy. We're being told you are shining, you're growing. And let's see what our tea leaves. I'll do it in two sections because I do find sometimes it can be quite difficult to shuffle these cards. Happiness, beautiful. Okay, let's go with this other side. See if there's anything wanting to come out here. Confirming what it is, our guidance right now. Right now, frying pan. What do they say? Out of the fat into the frying pan. There's a short journey. Short journey. Interesting. Wow. Family wishes come true. How beautiful. On top of happy, happy, happy. That is so lovely. Anything else? Oh, we have two on the floor. A wreath. Sorrow over loss. Funny that sort of came out over poppies. I put it over poppies, isn't it? A wreath. Right, okay, so let's have a little look. See what has come out. Our tea leaves, our fortune. Right, over happy, 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 we have got the well. Okay, so we have got over happy, happy, happy. We have got the well. And it says, family wishes come true. And another card that has turned over, and it's the bat. So take care. Enemies are working against you. Now, that's over happy, happy, happy. And it's quite interesting how it also, underneath that is our chamber of power. So I think for you, it is a very strong knowing that when we talk about enemies, it's not necessarily going to be a very bad thing. I'm going to get some reading on it, but it's to do with really understanding that sometimes, and bats like to be in the dark, don't they? They fly in the dark. They like to be in the dark. They find their way. They sense things. And I feel like that's what this is about. You sense things a lot better now. You know, giving yourself this time, this space, this opportunity to be happy, just like in the tall poppy card said. You know, you might find that there will be people that absolutely don't understand. They don't necessarily support your type of situation, what you're feeling, how you're speaking. So that is something to be just very aware of. The bat is warning you to take extra care in what you say and do, because people can be hidden in the dark. Shut up! What are you barking at me for? Look at that dog barking at me. What have you seen? There's nothing there. She can see something on my... something there. So as we're talking about something in the dark, Lulu decided there was something she's agreeing with. So take it as you like. Okay. Gosh, she can be, no, Lulu, there's nothing there. Be quiet. All right. So we've also got pay attention to your health. All right. And a short journey. So that could be something that you might like to think about. Maybe it's just about this time of the year as well. We often get a bit of colds and flus and things like that. We also have happiness. that has come out, that came out on top of happy, happy, happy. So there is definitely happiness here for you. I think it's if you've made the decision that that's what you want, but you're not chasing it now, you're living in it. It's very, very different. When you long for happiness and don't actually do anything to get it, it doesn't come, does it? You just sit in this constant thing of longing. I did that for a long time, but now that you're in this state, you can empower yourself. So when you have this sense of there's something not quite right, you can immediately address that situation. We've also got the yoke, feeling tied down or frustrated. A peacock, beware, great pride. We have the wheel, allowing you to live your life aimlessly and decisiveness. All of this is coming out now on top of the idea of you celebrating of life. And I feel like this is a past sort of feeling. Maybe this is what you're reflecting on. How you did yearn for happiness and yet never went out to actively make yourself happy. And that's really something that we get sort of tied down. We get frustrated with ourselves. We're happy to make other people happy, and then we forget about ourselves. And sometimes it can be a little bit about pride. You know, we think, we're not allowed to show up, we're not allowed to stand up, we're not allowed to look better than, because, a pride can get in the way. But we've decided that taking the wheel, taking the opportunity to make that change is something that is going to make a difference to us. The frying pan is about, accusations or something about trouble. And it came out on top of this envy card. So you might definitely be reflecting on something that has caused a problem, but it's no longer a situation that you need to address or think about anymore. You can let it go. When something's in a reverse, it is about letting it go, understanding you don't need to be envious of anybody for a start, and don't allow anyone to come into your energy and bring this envy that can cause jealousy, that can cause a bit of deceit, that can cause something that's underlying. And sorrow over loss is also here with the wreath. So it can be sad to let go. And making huge changes in our lives can be really, really difficult. And it can be very sad, but it can be equally empowering once you get through it. Because it can bring that peace, harmony to our lives. So this is what this reading is really all about. Someone new is entering into your life. There's a chair that's going to be filled. Possibly somebody that's going to give you the guidance that you definitely need. Someone that could bring that happiness. Something important is going to bring, such as a new job or a raise or money in some way. This person could bring this good news to you. And it's going to make things a lot different. And, this idea of how you maybe used to be with your pride. I won't accept any help. Maybe somebody coming in and offering help in some way, you see it now as divine guidance. You see it now as the opportunity to be able to create for yourself a life that you deserve. And that way, the external life of others around you will benefit. So you've got to think of it from a different way. And I really feel like, this idea of feeling tied down or frustrated. So just breathe. Breathe now. Create your space. Understand your power. Allow Archangel Uriel to bring that energy to you, that power. Stand tall. You are this tall poppy in all amongst all. Look at the guiding light that is underneath you, helping you. Trusting that you can do this is really, really important. We have these two cards here, someone working against you behind your back, and a seahorse, family matters. So there could be something very much here that we've got this take care someone working against you over here as well. And it's kind of out on top of this chamber of innocence with the inner child. So this could be why you're reflecting. This could be a trigger, a final hump, a final story that you've really got to let go of and clear out and allow for this change. Unsuccessful outcome to a problem with a broken bridge, and pay attention to your work. So there is a very clear warning. There's a short journey. I feel like this is not going to be much, but pay attention to your work. Pay attention to what you're feeling with people working against you, behind you. Pay attention to your health as well. This is all on the side. And it sort of, this indecision, perhaps this will be the final piece that will make you make your decision, which is why it's in reverse now. Indecision becomes something you're moving. No longer going through aimlessly in your life now and just accepting things as they were, because you need to celebrate who you are, celebrate your life, celebrate ceremony of life. So you're thinking right now, this time, this moment, this now is very important for your future creation of yourself. So take what resonates. Take what resonates. I have mixed together my runes and some tarot cards. So I'm just going to ask for confirmation about this situation with the broken bridge and people working behind your back, someone working against you that you're aware of possibly, or have chosen to ignore. Maybe you're not aware of, but this reading will make you aware of it, or something will come to light. So let's ask about that as a detail, please, right now. Okay, so we've got here, believe in yourself and have courage to continue. So this is the 9 of Wands. Courage, persistence, strength, unshakable force, great success, health, discipline, and valor. It came out on top of indecision. So again, you have been battling something. Maybe you do know about this situation, okay? Pay attention to your health and whatever is working against you. All right, look at this. You're battling, but you've come through. It's almost like you're standing there having fought the war, knowing. It says here, strength, selfishness, compassion, attainment. So believe in yourself. Have courage. Perhaps that's why you're having to spend this time creating this space, knowing your power. Perhaps that's why I read to you this new moon intention that you could do. This is your story. Take what resonates. We have got some runes that have come out. Manaz, the self, the individual of the human race, your attitude towards others and their attitudes towards you, friends and enemies, social order. It came out on top of seahorse and this rat, and on top of the inner child, the chamber of innocence. So something for it to do with childhood, with your family matters possibly. But we did have here to do with unsuccessful outcome to a problem. Pay attention to your work. Okay, you take what resonates. Maybe you work from home. Maybe you have family that work with you. And working with family can be very stressful and can be very difficult. And yeah, all right, you will know. This is often about balance as well. So something has become unbalanced. We have another rune here, Algiz, which is protection, a shield. The protective urge to shelter oneself or others. Defense, warding off evil. Shield, guardian, connection with the gods, awakening in a higher life. So definitely, maybe this is the indecision you're finally making. Perhaps at this time of the year, maybe you're about to. But it is, you are protected in this. And on the other side of this, I'm hearing, is this happiness, is this change, is this opportunity for you to grow away, maybe to leave these family matters, this family situation behind. You know, this envy and this sort of, this I feel is maybe that's how you used to be. But you're seeing things in a very different way now. Let's ask about this new person entering your life. Can we have some guidance for the new person, please? Family wishes coming true after all. So even if there is just one member of the family, maybe all the family need that help, you know? Please, who is this person? That's too many. Who is this person? Oh, okay. All right, let's have a little look what we got. Something has come out over here, and it is the Star card. But it says here, unfulfilled hopes. It is in reverse. So it did come out a little bit on top of happiness, but also the Chamber of Innocence with the inner child. So there's something here to do with all your dreams are coming true. Family wishes are coming true. But it did come out in reverse, but it fell on top of them. So what I'm going to suggest is there is something still to clear up, because there is this opportunity for this wishes to come true, these family wishes to come true, something that you've strived for, that perhaps there's a member of the family or a friend of the family that has been causing, or you're aware of anyway. We've got over here this person. I asked about this person, this new person coming through, and we've got King of Pentacles. So somebody continue to solve issues in practical ways, realistic, solid, good character, intelligent, steady, reliable, and providing. So that's this person, someone who's stable, someone who's got money, that understands money, that may be able to solve the issues in practical ways. This guidance for you. So whatever sticky situation, whatever situation you found yourself in, okay, this person is here to help you. And it did come with the something important, such as a new job or a raise, the bag with money in it. So definitely something here. We've also got the end of a broken heart, a broken situation, something that emotionally has really hurt you and triggered you, and possibly because you have spent this time and really tried your best, because you don't need to go back to this pride. You don't need to feel frustrated. You know, you're changing the way you're feeling and thinking. I'm feeling that very strongly. So release, forgiveness, recovery. Okay, that is definitely somebody that's going to help you with that. And then we had two rune cards that came out. Isa is the ice rune, and often feels about stagnation and being stuck and frustration and blocks and things like that, but also about activity. So this person here will unblock, will help you to get out of a situation that this has been created. And Kenaz is about vital fire of life, harness power, fire for transformation and regeneration. So that is our guidance for today. There is a big change coming for you. If you have found this reading, possibly this is what you needed to hear. And I hope it has helped you. It's a very strong energy. So trust in this. Trust in this moment. I feel like it's that last part of that brokenness. That it's just going to be healed. It's going to be fixed. It's time. Okay. I don't know whether it will give us a definite clear indication of time of the year, month of the year. When can you tell us the situation this person might come? October. So since October something, and December. So it's right now. As I said to you, this is our time. So now is your time. We talked about the now. We talked about the importance of it. Perhaps this came to light in October and you haven't fully addressed it. And maybe being December, being this time, maybe there's something that's really now made you recognize that you need to address and there is nothing that you need to worry about. Okay. All right. Well, thank you very much for listening. Really appreciate it. And I'll see you again soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.